Welcome back to FM Storey. We're approaching the midway point of season 17 of the Save, our second season with Valencia, and we're so desperate to win the Europa League to end the Save. So far this season, we started pretty well. We're second in the league, 2 points off Real Madrid at the top, and we've already qualified for the knockout stages of the Europa League. We've won our opening 5 games. The aim for this episode is to make sure we finish in the top 8 so that we skip the knockout playoff round and go straight into the last 16. We've got 3 games left in the Europa League. We've got an away game against Legia Warsaw. We've got home games then to finish against Everton and Lyon. So hopefully we can finish in that top 8. And without further ado, let's get into the action. We're in the middle of January and we've got the next game coming up in the league phase of Europa League at home against Everton, who are top of the league phase. So 2 teams that have won 6 from 6 going up against each other. We ended the last episode with a 2-0 victory at home against Feyenoord in the league phase of the Europa League. The day after that, I got offered an interview for the Chelsea job, which, to be honest, had they been in the Europa League, I think I probably at that point would have jumped ship. But they're in the Champions League and there was no upside at all to joining them. Since that Feyenoord game, we've had mostly a really, really good run. A couple of naff performances, to be perfectly honest. First up, we beat Cadiz 3-1 away from home. We followed that up with a 2-1 victory against last season's league champions Atletico. They are not at the same level they were last season, and they did take the lead, and we came back pretty quickly. We were in front before the half hour of that game. We then beat Granada 4-1 away from home. That was helped by them having a player sent off to 14 minutes. We then went away to Legia in the Europa League and won 3-1 away from home. They pulled a goal back just before the hour to make it 2-1, which was a bit tight. But then Mazlovsky got a late goal against his former club, the club we signed him from in the summer, to make the result a lot more secure. We then drew 0-0 at home against Tenerife. And then the Copa del Rey's gone a lot better than it did last season. Last season we went out in the first round, which actually probably benefited us, meaning we had less games to play. We picked pretty much a fully rotated team and won 2-0 away at Sestao River. We then just were absolutely dreadful against Girona and lost 3-0. Our keeper, it was Victor Bajic's second game for the club. He made his debut in the Sestao River game, but it was his second game for the club, his first league game. He was only playing because Miosh is away with Mozambique at the African Cup of Nations. He had a bit of a shocker. The whole team had a bit of a shocker, and we ended up losing 3-0. We then won the second round of the Copa del Rey 7-0 away at Mensajero. Again, pretty much a fully rotated team started that game. And then the most recent league game at home against Real Madrid, we hammered them 5-0. We were 1-0 up at half time, and then in the second half, 4 goals unanswered, two of them in injury time, but we were well in control of the game. They barely had a chance, and we came away with a 5-0 victory. And then in the most recent game, we won in the third round of the Copa del Rey 2-0 away at Malaga. So we're going into this game against Everton in form. League-wise, we're 2 points behind Real Madrid, level on points with Barcelona, but with a game in hand, and 2 points clear of Atletico. And then as far as the Europa League's concerned, there's 3 teams with a 100% record, us, Everton and Fiorentina. Everton are top, Fiorentina are second, and we're third, all based on goal difference. So this is going to be a big, big test against Everton. We probably almost have enough points to guarantee that top 8 spot, but we could do with at least a draw or a win in this game to secure that before we have our game against Lyon in the last game of the league phase. So this is the side we've picked for the Everton game. We've gone in with a couple of changes from the side that's played the last 2 games against Real Madrid and Malaga. In goal, Miyosh is back from his African Cup of Nations duty, so he's in goal. And then unfortunately, Mastantuono, having opened the scoring against Malaga, picked up an injury. So he's out of the team, and we've gone with Garnacho in that number 10 role. So they're going with a 4-4, with a diamond in midfield. We've gone with a 4-2-3-1. Right, they've got an early free kick here. It hits the bar and goes over. I think Miyosh probably had it if it was on target. Right, a throw for us deep in the half. Cantamesa, Rodriguez back to Cantamesa, cuts in on his left, cross towards the back post, headed clear as far as Onat. Low cross, hits the keeper, comes out to Cantamesa, cross to the back post, and there's Faber to head home. And that is the perfect start for us in this game. A goal after 7 minutes. Settles any nerves we had against another team that have got a 100% record this season. And hopefully we can just play our game for the rest of the game here. Lovely ball to the back post. And the keeper was never getting across to keep that out. Garnacho, cross is cut out in the middle of the box. Luis with a header to Rodriguez. Low cross into the box, and the defender just about got there, I think, before Faber. Certainly put him off anyway. Another throw for Cantamesa. Rodriguez back to him. Cantamesa plays it into the box. It's cleared as far as Luis. Garnacho to Cantamesa onto his left foot. Hits the woodwork and goes behind for a goal kick. Right, a throw for them. We've won it back. Onat to Chiarodia. Onat again. Chiarodia. Obradovic swings it out wide to Cantamesa in acres of space. The fullbacks, I think, with the diamond are going to get some space here. Rodriguez in the box, goes down. I think if that's a penalty, it's a harsh one. He's going to have a look at it on the monitor. No penalty. Right, the game's quieting down a bit here. Cantamesa with a throw. Rodriguez to Luis. Lescano to Chiarodia. Onat now in acres of space down this left-hand side. Driving forward. Chips across up Rodriguez with a header. The keeper and the bar keep it out. It's still alive. Cantamesa in the box now. Low cross. Shot's blocked. And it goes out for a throw-in. Alright, a throw for them. And now they've got a penalty. The attacker was just in front of Luis when he made that challenge. And it's been given. Of all the dominance we've had in this game, they've got a golden chance here to level it up. Fires it into the back of the net. 1-1. And I mean, obviously looking at the match stats, it's pretty even, but they've obviously just had a massive boost of XG with that goal from the penalty spot. And there we go, half-time 1-1. At least we're not losing. We said we'd probably be pretty happy with a point from this game, but we have wasted a few chances, and we do need to be a bit better in front of goal in the second half. Right, we've made a couple of changes at half-time. We've taken off Chiarodia and Obradovic because they were on yellow cards and brought on Luis Carlos and Shane Gowner. Right, a corner for us. Garnacho to take it. Into the near post. We've got a head on it. It's still in the box. And they've been given offside. They've gone long from the keeper. Luis Carlos gets his head on it. Onat down the left-hand side with loads of space to move forward into. Goes past his man. Loses out though. Wins it back. Swings across in. What a header from Faber. His second goal of the game. Puts us 2-1 up. And back in front. So Onat is getting loads of space down that left-hand side. Looks like he's lost out here, but the defender dallies on it and he just swings across in. From about 10 yards out, Ferber rises, powers the header past the keeper for 2-1. Right, Onat with the throw. Garnacho back to Onat. Garnacho now in the box. Shot hits Vujovic, and the keeper makes a great stop for it to go behind for a corner. Rodriguez to take it. In-swing it to the near post. Luis gets up, heads over the top, and it's still 2-1. Right, Garnacho with a free kick, hits the woodwork, and they've scrambled it clear. Ferber going back with it. Luis Carlos to Onat. Vujovic into the box, low cross to cut out. Onat into Vujovic in the box, and it goes over the top for a goal kick. Right, a late throw for them deep in our half. Cross comes in, Mios comes and claims it well. And rolls it out to Luis Carlos. He comes wide to Maslovsky on this left-hand side now. Down the line for Vujovic. Ferber in behind for his hat-trick. Dinks it past the keeper. 3-1. Hat-trick for Ferber. And that's us guaranteed to be in the last 16 of the Europa League now. Maslovsky just plays it down the line for Vujovic. He takes a touch. Lovely ball in behind. Ferber gets there and just waits for the keeper to go down a bit and dinks it over the top. Perfectly judged pass and run. Onside. And a lovely finish from Ferber. A late throw for them. Rodriguez wins it, but they've picked up the loose ball. Javi Guerra cuts it out, strides forward in his first game back after injury. Kral to Luis. Back to Kral. Rodriguez now into the box. And the keeper turns it behind for a corner. Lascano wide to Maslovsky in space. Down the line looking for Vujovic. They've tried to play it out, but Gauner wins it. Back to Maslovsky. Wide to the other fullback, Kral with space. His cross is blocked. Luis from the edge of the box hits the woodwork. And they've cleared it for a throw-in. And there we go, full time, 3-1. Really good performance. And we are really showing ourselves to be one of the best teams in the competition this season. We've gone top of the table. They're still the only team with a 100% record, because it looks as though Fiorentina, they were away at Marseille. Yeah, Fiorentina lost 2-1. So we are top with 7 wins from 7 games. And we've got a game coming up against Lyon in the last game of the league phase. See if we can go 100%. Lyon are obviously going to want the victory to guarantee themselves a spot in the top 8 as well. But hopefully we can finish with a 100% record in the league phase. It's time for the final game of the league phase of the Europa League. Obviously, we've already qualified, made sure we're going to finish in the top 8, and now it's just about trying to finish with a 100% record. We are still missing Mastantuono. We've lost Luis Carlos, the central defender, to injury as well. And we've gone with Maslovsky at left back instead of Onat, because Onat is on a yellow card threshold. So at least we want him for the first leg of the last 16 at least. We have played one game since the Everton game. We were winning 3-1 against Levante and then threw it away for them to score 2 goals in the last 5 minutes in injury time to come away with a 3-3 draw. It's 4-2-3-1 against the 4-4-2 for them, and they want to win to guarantee themselves a spot in the top 8 as well. So it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully home advantage in our form can see us pick up the 3 points. Right, Obradovic into Garnacho, wide for Maslovsky, but it's been cut out. Alfred, who I think we actually signed at Real Madrid, who's now at Lyon, driving forward down the right. We've managed to clear it. And now Sherano Ferber bringing it forward. He's kind of on his own. Vujovic goes back and loses it, and Kurodia is in some bother there and picks up an early yellow card. And there we are, half-time, 0-0. Not an awful lot of anything's happened in this game so far. I mean, we've got an XG of 0.15 from the first half, which is probably one of our worst of the season. Right, Cantamesa with a throw for us. Rodriguez back to him. Luis Cantamesa lifts it to the back post. Vujovic is beaten in the air. And then it's hammered upfield. And now they're attacking, but we've won it back. Vujovic down the outside. Maslovsky now has it on the left-hand side. Cuts in field. Finds Rodriguez, whose shot blocked. Luis to Garnacho. Down the outside. Fires it across goal. Hits the keeper. Hits the defender. And bounces back to the keeper. Again, the second half, a bit like the first half. Not an awful lot happening. Right, we made some substitutions. We've changed the three behind the front man. But now they're attacking out wide to Alfred on the right wing. Fernandez Alvarez heads it, hammers it up the field. But they're coming back at us again. Now Javi Guerra into Faber. Out to Oravec. Infield gives it away though. And it's going to come back at us. Guerra gets back. Oravec to Cantamesa. Down the outside. Javi Guerra. Back to Luis. It's gone all the way through to Faber. He fires home. Puts us 1-0 up. And on track for 8 out of 8. So Cantamesa to Javi Guerra. He lays it back for Luis, who takes a touch and just whips the ball in. It misses the two at the front post, and Faber fires home. And there we are, full time, 1-0. That goal from Faber ensures we finish top of the league phase with 8 wins from 8. It also means that Lyon didn't qualify in the top 8 and go into the knockout playoff round. There's a couple of hours left of the transfer window for Spanish clubs. We are looking to do a deal to bring in a veteran striker in Erling Haaland. We just need to raise a couple of 100,000 before the deadline slams shut if we want to manage to do it. And there we are. In the end, we did not manage to get that deal done for Erling Haaland. We've run out of time. We are flying in all competitions. I mean, we're second in the league, 4 points behind Real Madrid. Obviously, the only important thing this season is Europa League. We've won 8 from 8, finished top of the league phase, and now it's all about what we can do in the second half of the season in the knockout stages. Hopefully, we win the Europa League and we end the save. If by some chance we don't do that, then we're going to be looking for another club for season 18. Join us next time to see how we get on in the last 16. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.